I'm 33 years old. If I can go back to when I was 20 years old, slap that kid in the face, wake him up, and tell him exactly how to get richer faster, here's all the things I would tell him. Do not get good at things you hate. People used to tell me to be well-rounded. Wrong. If you get good at a skill that you despise, you'll trap yourself in golden handcuffs. Build around your strengths, not your weaknesses. I was naturally a chatty kid. I used to be good at sales. I used to be good at talking to people. I was not detail focused. I used to have crazy ideas and try to do those ideas using my sales skills. But now, you know what I do for my business? I'm a visionary. I have an idea, I hire great people, and they guide me to be able to carry out those tasks. I cast the vision. I will do all the high-level selling. Everything else is done for me. My operations are done for me. My automations are done for me. I hire someone for all the things that you're being told that you need to get good at. Your circle is your ceiling. I've never seen anyone outgrow their peer group without finding new friends. The time when my life changed the most was I would find people ahead of me. Sometimes it was I had to pay for masterminds, programs to get into these groups. And I would get into this group, and then I had a new level of friends that were earning more money than me. And then there was a time where I was transitioning from my old friends, and my new friends in this new group were the type of people I wanted to be in. And there's a time in the middle where you've not truly made great relationships with those people, and you're departing relationships with the old people. That is a lonely period, but you need to be able to get through that period to find new friends. Your old life will cost you your new one. The life that you're living now, the way you wake up, the way you sleep, the way you eat your food, everything that you do, for you to progress onto the next level, you need to change all those habits. Those habits that you know that are keeping you poor. You've got some people that smoke a lot of weed. You've got some people that go out a lot, drink a lot. You need to be prepared to give up these vices. And these vices aren't always things that you take and consume. They could be people around you. They can be the environment that you're creating for yourself. What you need to be able to do is to look at yourself in a third-person view and to think, how is this person living his life? Is the day-to-day actions and the environment around this person congruent of the life that you want to live? And if it's a no, you know it's time to make some changes. Excuses are the most expensive tax you'll ever pay. I used to be someone who used to say, but this, but that. There was a time where someone showed me something called an accountability ladder. He told me, this manager, when I was 23 years old, he said, you never want to be at the bottom of this ladder, because those people who aren't accountable, blame others, never get anything done in their life. If you can look at your life with true accountability and think, everything that's not good in my life is my fault. Most people can't stomach it because it's tough, but that's how I think. If something's not good in my life, it's my fault. It's never somebody else's, because if I always blame myself, then I can always deal with it. Consistency beats intensity. You ever had an idea and the next morning you wake up super aggressive, you're really motivated, and then after a couple of weeks it dies out, the energy dies out. You want to be just consistent. One of my favorite ways of productivity is called slow productivity. And slow productivity I practice every Sunday. When I go to the beach in Barcelona, I sit on my laptop and I'll sit there for 6-7 hours, but only would have done 2 or 3 hours worth of work. You think it's about a sprint, but not every day needs to be like that. Your week just needs to be consistent. Just show up every day. Your month needs to be consistent. You need to progress slowly in some way. You might not make more money than you did last month, but did you actually grow a skill this month? Did you get better at something? That's what gets you results. It's slow, consistent results. And that links me to my next point, which is busy doesn't mean progress. You want to be able to look at your entire year and look how much money you've made this year, divide it by 2,000, and that defines your hourly rate. Once you've got your hourly rate, every task that is worth less than your hourly rate, you will now hire someone for it. Because that white space in your calendar, when you can gain that back, it allows you to think about the next move. Money follows responsibility. If you want to make a lot of money, fix bigger problems. I used to fix problems for PTs at one point, where I used to help them scale their business online. You know, I got stuck making $30,000 a month. I couldn't make more money. I just couldn't figure out how I can attract and get these guys to spend more money. But if they're making 5K and 10K, how are they going to spend more money with me? When I transitioned those same skills that I had from my years as a sales director into building sales teams, my income doubled the next month. It then tripled the month after. Because I was targeting a better customer, I was able to make more money, but there was more responsibility on my business to fix these guys. Blame kills growth. The moment you say it's their fault, you stop growing, because it's no longer a time for you to improve. Think about it. If you blame someone else for something that happened. Why do you need to improve? If you always keep the frame that it's my fault, you will now need to improve because you've done something wrong. When you've done something wrong, you will learn from it. You teach people on how to treat you. The whole reason why I teach leadership is because I know what it's like to build a great leader. And one of the reasons I'd say that I'm good at sales is because I learned how to change behavior. I was able to change behavior for myself, and I was able to change how others perceive me and see me because I learned the skill of speaking to people the right way. The great thing about sales is you're able to get people to treat you the way you want to be treated by asking them great questions and to be able to influence them. The only shortcut is obsession with the basics. Some of the highest earning people I know who are making millions of dollars every single month, do you know what they do? They just practice the basics over and over again. You think they've got some high-level tactics. In the beginning, you'll be thinking, what is a high-level tactic? When I go to boxing, my coach for over 6 months, all he got me to do was a jab. He was always banging on about how I need to perfect my jab. And now if you look at every great boxer, they have perfected the jab. They have perfected the cross. Then they perfected the hook. They perfected all the basics. And if you can't work the basics, you're never going to get good. Stop chasing shiny objects. You get one idea and it's not going your way. And what you do is you find another idea. And then you'll say, I'll do that one. And you're in this constant loop of idea, sounds good. Oh, it's way harder than I thought. Oh, I can't do it. I'll do the next thing. Find one thing that you want to do because everything can work. Every single object around you has got someone who's made millions selling it. And if you can't figure out how to do it, that's because you haven't figured it out. It doesn't mean you need to start something new. Stick to one thing until it works. Energy is currency. You know who I don't have around me anymore? Energy vampires. Some of those negative pessimists, I keep them away. I am not just an optimist. I am a delusional optimist who wants to progress all the time, who thinks everything's in my favor and everything's going to go my way. And I want to keep people like that around me because those delusional optimists are the ones that win. That energy of always smiling, that energy of keeping moving forward, always staying positive. That's the energy that I want around me. Comfort is the enemy. If you look at everyone who's doing great things, they're not comfortable, but they're smiling through that uncomfort. They know that uncomfortable time in their life is moving them forward. You don't progress by being comfortable. Comfortable people are lazy, and lazy people who are happy never strive for more and they never get more done. A no today is a yes to your future. Steve Jobs used to ask people, what have you said no to today? And when the no wasn't that big with his team, he used to be like, I need a bigger no from you. What you've said no to. Prioritization isn't multiple things. The word priorities isn't even real. It's priority. It's one thing. You can only have one priority, which means you're saying no to everything else. And if you can't say no to everything else, that means you're not in focus, you're not in priority mode, and you're saying yes to a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't be saying yes to. Your phone is killing your ambition. You know, every time you're scrolling on TikTok, you're getting that dopamine hit, you feel good, then the next reel, and you want to keep scrolling. That dopamine is stopping you from getting real dopamine that comes from doing a long, boring task. I've had to trick my brain to doing things because it was so glued onto the phone, and it stopped me progressing because I was spending 4 hours a day scrolling, and I now have finally been able to stop going on my phone. This week, my screen time on Instagram for the whole week, it was less than 2 hours. That might sound like a lot of time for some people, but to me, when it was 4 hours a day, it feels like I've rewired my entire brain. Treat your body like equity. There's nothing that's more important to me than my mind and my body. I will block out my calendar for 2 hours a day. I'd go to the gym, eat good food. I have a boxing coach 3 times a week. I have a PT a few times a week. I do not miss my training. If this body gives in, nothing else matters. If I'm 50 years old and my back is hurting and I can't walk, what kind of life am I going to live? You've got to be able to treat your body the right way. If you don't find time to go to the gym when you're busy, how are you ever going to find time? Because if you do it when you're busy, you'll always do it. If you do something when you're extremely busy and you find the time to do it, when you're free, it'll be way easier. So do it when it's hard. Normalize leaving people behind. You don't owe anyone anything. The first thing that you need to take care of is your own progress. And if you're catering to other people around you whilst you get stuck in the same position, do you think that's a good decision? Do you know how many friends I've got from school? Like one. And that guy's making a lot of money. We just happen to have a similar interest. How many people have you got in your life that will do something for you to help you in your life, but don't want anything back? Those people who are around gossiping, talking shit, do you think those people are good for your life? You know they're not. and you're just scared to leave them behind because you might feel lonely. You might feel like you've got no value, but there's something reinforcing your mind to keep them in your life, and you need to work out what that is and get them out and progress forward. Be misunderstood. This is a really big one for me because I spent years as a kid feeling misunderstood. I felt misunderstood as a little kid. I felt misunderstood in my 20s. I always felt like I never fit in. There was this turning point only when I was like 29 or 30 where I started to embrace being misunderstood and being different. People used to say to me, oh, that's a bit strange, or you're a bit weird. And you know, I used to say, yeah, you know what? I am a little bit strange and weird sometimes. I am a bit goofy. When I embraced myself, when I embraced who I was, it attracted people to me saying, you're really cool. And I'm the same person I was when I was younger. The only difference is I believe in myself more. Why would I want to be the same as everybody else? I want to be exceptional in my life, but I also want to be the same as everybody else. That never made sense to me. So then eventually I thought, oh, being exceptional means I'm different to everyone. Being exceptional means that I'm actually strange to some people. Being different to people is my superpower. So then when I embraced being misunderstood, people then were more aligned and telling me they want to be like me. Promises come from the confidence that you kept to yourself. You promise yourself you're going to do it tomorrow. You promise yourself you're going to go to the gym tomorrow. You're going to get that work done tomorrow. You're going to do this task tomorrow. You're going to message that person tomorrow. But you break promises to yourself. And if you break promises to yourself, think that's what's going to do to your internal wiring. You're not going to be able to trust yourself. Confidence is defined by trusting yourself. That's what confidence is. To learn how to be able to trust yourself, and you're only going to be able to build that trust with yourself if you do exactly what you said you're going to do. If you can't keep promises to yourself, you're not only going to fail at life, you're also going to not be confident. And those people who are confident exceed at life because they don't break promises to themselves, and that's why they keep promises with other people. Because if you can't keep a promise to yourself, why would you even keep a promise to me? Life is a mirror, not a window. I used to be able to not hug people. I know that sounds really strange, but I never used to like hugging people. I never used to like going up to people and giving them a hug. It's because I wasn't the type to be kind to myself, because people who are kind to themselves are always kind to others. How can you be kind to others if you're not even kind to yourself? And everything starts from within. When I started to be kinder to myself, take care of my own body, feed myself good food, all of a sudden, I now was treating myself better, which meant that I can treat other people better. Fear gives terrible advice. Your fear will always tell you, don't do it, don't progress forward, it's dangerous. That fear is keeping you broke, that fear is keeping you poor, that fear is stopping you from living the life that you want to live. Fear is the thing that kills your future life. And that voice in your brain that is telling you, don't do it, don't buy that course, don't buy that program, don't learn that thing, don't travel there. That's the thing that's going to ruin your life. When I was in Sheffield, I didn't actually go to university, and before I left for London in 2018, people used to say to me, nah, what do you want to go to London for? Stay in Sheffield, everything's here. This is a great city. And I almost listened to them. But then I moved to London. Then quickly I started traveling a lot more. And now I live between 2 or 3 different countries. That only happened when I pushed back to that internal fear that I had. Dedicate a decade, not a day. You think that you can build something amazing within 6 months to a year. I used to think that. I thought, give me a year, I'll make 10 million. All I gotta do is run Facebook ads, get people to buy off those ads. Then when they buy from those ads, it's going to be really easy. Oh, I was just a fool. I didn't know anything. And the thing that I didn't know is you need to dedicate time towards it. Now I think about what can I accomplish in 10 years? What can I accomplish in 20 years? Everything amazing in your life will come when you dedicate yourself to a long term. There's obviously hacks out there, but you need to be able to be willing to do it for a decade. You need to be willing to do it for a very long time. No one cares about your potential. The world cares about results. When I was a kid, everyone used to say to me, oh yeah, this guy could have been pro at football, but then he got injured. And this guy had the potential to do this thing and this happened. This guy has the potential to do this. Potential doesn't mean anything. If you can't get results, that means that you've not done it yet. Everyone has the potential to make millions. Everyone has the potential to make billions, but is everyone going to do it? No. Do you know how many times I hear, hey man, why not bigger on social media? And they say, oh, you've got so much potential to blow up your brand. You've got so much experience. You're running millions for other sales teams. Like, you will do all this crazy stuff. And you know what I tell them? Just haven't got the results for it yet. I don't have the results. When I get the results, I'll be big. I don't believe that it will just come by quick. I believe it will be harder and it will be way more painful than everyone tells me, but because I'm willing to do it, that's why I'll be successful. Your vices own you. Gambling, smoking, scrolling, whatever your vice is. If you got a vice, you know it's holding you back. You need to be able to leave those vices as if your future depends on it, because it does. Your future depends on you giving up those vices. That thing that is giving you a dopamine hit, that is making you feel like it's a great life, even when you know you want to change your life, is keeping you broke. Gratitude isn't enough. I went through this hippie phase where I thought I'm just going to be grateful because I went to Bali and I met all these guys that were super grateful and acting like they were successful. I actually bought into it. Being grateful to these guys was, I've not achieved my goal yet. I've not been able to figure it out, but I need to look like I'm happy. I need to look like I've achieved it already. So what I'll tell people is I'm grateful about the things I got. They're not truly grateful. And grateful people are grateful for their ambition, for their hard work. I'm grateful that I'm able to work hard. I'm grateful that I'm able to have a team around me that is willing to work hard with me. I don't want things to be easy because those easy things don't amount to anything. There is no shortcut. The long way around is the only way to get there. So that is the shortcut. And if you are grateful without being hungry, you are not going to progress. The thing that makes it hard is the thing that makes it worth it. Waiting for a sign is the sign. Asking yourself, when should I start? Right now. Stop waiting. You're looking for a sign, but that is your sign. The people that just take action and make themselves uncomfortable are the ones that do it. In 2021, I wanted to start an online business and I wanted to learn marketing. And someone told me she was going to charge me £4,000 a month, which is £12,000 over 3 months to help me with my marketing. It was an absolute failure for me. It did not get me leads. It did not get me any of that stuff. But what it did do is teach me that I'm willing to invest. And then when I invested in that, I was willing to invest in the next thing. The sign that I got was I can learn anything. Hard weeks are not chaos. Someone told me recently that their life is absolute chaos at the moment. I said, why is it chaos? What's going on? He said to me, things are just hectic right now. I'm just working long days from 6 a.m. to like 8 p.m. every single day, grafting. And I went, why is that chaos? Hard work, grafting, staying busy is not chaos. Chaos is when you have no control. It's when nothing is how you want it and you have no control over it. You're able to leave your situation, but the emotion in that situation is what keeps you there. What you think is a chaotic life to somebody else is a simple, easy walk in the park. Aim to be respected, not just happy. Something that I really strive for is to just be recognized for my skills. Something that even I make these videos for is so others know that I'm competent, that I'm good at what I do. It's something that drives me, and that respect from other people provides me motivation. If you want to be respected, you have to do things at a high standard, and people will respect your high standards. Respect will change your life way more than you just being happy. It will make people treat you better. It will make people take care of you. It will make your business life easier. It will make your home life easier. Respect only comes from when you do as you say and you lead from the front. Self-discipline creates self-respect. If you don't respect yourself, it's because you're not disciplined. You need to be able to enjoy discipline. You need to be able to be disciplined to do the things that you don't like doing, because then you will respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, how is anybody else going to treat you with any sort of value? How is anybody else going to treat you kindly when they recognize that you don't respect yourself? If you make a commitment to put your alarm on at 6 a.m. and then you do not get up, you snooze that alarm, you're starting your day by already disrespecting yourself. You set that alarm at a certain time, then you snoozed it. You told yourself that you don't respect yourself because you're not disciplined to do as you say. Life only rewards the bold. I did not want to make content. I did not want to be in front of the camera. I was shy. I was introverted. I had to learn to do this because I knew if I stay behind the scenes, no one knows me, no one cares, that's not going to change my life. I find it far easier now disagreeing with people, being bold. You can also do anything you want to do. You just need to be bold enough to do it. These are the truths that most people avoid because they sting, they hurt, they're not fun. But it's also the truth that sets you free. If you apply even just a handful of these, this year won't just pass you by again like the previous ones did. It'll be the year that you finally stop drifting and take control. I'll catch you on the next one.